This podcast may contain questionable language, will contain spoilers, and the glory days are nearly over.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 231, I think, of MovieDrone. I'm two-handed Steve again.
I've always been two-handed, Mark.
I think it might be episode 232.
Okay. Oh, 232 then.
It didn't look right when I went for it. Let's just say 232 and see what happens at the end.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So how have you been then?
I've been all right, mate, thanks. A little bit depressed about having to go back to work on Monday. I had like a drill day today. I went back in, sorted some paperwork out, put some orders in, so I'm ready for the lads on Monday, sorted some tools out. Didn't much like that. Got 3 days to get over it, but then I've got to go home for 5.
Is that all it is?
Yeah.
3 days.
Glory days are nearly there, mate.
That's bad, isn't it?
It is terrible.
That's bad.
I've managed to get through Christmas pretty much unscathed. I did have a couple of rough days, mate. Didn't feel too clever. I was backed up. Yeah, bad it was. Even 2 kebabs couldn't shift it. It was, if there's anything you can rely on that's going to set it off, kebab and it. Both of them stayed in there, mate.
Did they?
Fry up did it.
Did it?
The fry up, yeah, that was the one that finally made things move.
Lovely.
But yeah, I've done some more socialising and stuff. She was like, Mark, we've done lots of socialising. But good news is, Mark, Monday, we've got a relaxing spa day for 2. Right? One of these voucher things she had booked. I mean, relaxing in inverted commas. I mean, I'm being touched by people because I like to have a massage. Scalp massage was surprisingly nice.
No.
But I mean, it was horrible. I'll be honest with you. She kept talking to me in a porn voice. It was.
Who did, the woman?
Yeah, well,
breathing in your neck.
We both had to go in the same room.
You're loving it.
So automatically, like sitting there, and she's going.
That's bad as well. I've done that.
Yeah.
Having one with like next to Gill, and she's having one. Yeah, it's not good.
It's a bit weird anyway. And then she's going, "How's the pressure for you? Okay." yeah, it's fine, thanks. I thought she was coming through my back at one point. It's a bit awkward. But this place basically a leisure centre, mate. I'm not going to lie. It weren't relaxing. There was aquarobics going on, like 2 chairs to sit down in. I had a steam and a sauna, but it weren't much relaxing. But back on the uni assignments.
Right?
Yeah, they're hard, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, I did get some of my jobs done, though. Some of my jobs, so my roof shouldn't leak anymore. And I got a bird box out with a camera in it from Christmas.
Right.
2021. That's up and working.
Is it?
Yeah. So, we'll see if we get anything in it.
Lovely.
I suppose.
That's good.
Yeah. How about your week, mate?
Ain't been so good. Obviously, I've had a bad hand, didn't I?
Yeah.
Did I show you my hand?
Yeah, I've had pictures of it and stuff.
I had to go to the hospital because it all started to get a bit worse. Yeah. And apparently I was a couple of days too late. So I've been like wrapped up and I've just had the bandage off today. Yeah. And that, it's like there's a lot of skin falling off on that. Yeah. Not good, that, is it?
Just backtracking on that then, mate. So are you admitting... I think you know where I might be going with it. Are you admitting when Gill said, don't pick the blister off, she could have been right?
She could have been right. There's a lot of people who have said to me, I did tell you that that doesn't look very good and it's probably not as good as you say it is. And in that sort of voice. Yeah. So, yeah. It's
why is that Dove Gentle stuff use all your soft skin in it?
It's pretty bad because I'm going to pick the skin off and leave you a bit.
I'll just put it with a toenail and everything else. It's flirking.
So I slept through New Year. Yeah. That was good. Yeah. You all came round.
Yeah, thanks for coming down.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was. No one come and got me, I don't think.
No, I don't think a lot of people realise you're gone. I saw you sneak up the stairs. About 10 o'clock, I just saw you head up the stairs. And 10 minutes later, I thought, he's gone to bed.
You're lucky I didn't take the dogs with me.
It was nice of you to wake up and drop us off, though.
I did wake up and drop you off, you're right. But no one woke me up for New Year. No. I think I sort of came to and heard some fireworks and complained and then went back to sleep. Yeah. So I didn't see that in. No. That was good.
As expected.
Was as expected, yeah. Tim, I think he started his journey, isn't he? I'm going to be a bit supportive of Tim, of his journey.
Is he serious about this journey?
I think we took the piss, didn't we? You know what I mean? We probably shouldn't have done. I think he's gone for dry January. If he gets through that, then we'll see how he goes. Good luck to him, mate. Good luck to him.
Good for him.
And I went to the hairdresser the other day. I'd been for many a year. Jill normally does it home, but she forced me to go. You know, I don't like him.
Sweaty back.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
He was good. He never talked to me or nothing. I don't think he could speak English, so he never really spoke to me, which is good. I always feel the need to have small talk. That's why I sweat so much in there and I freak out. But there was one point where some people came in just as he was putting a hot towel around my head like a turban and leaving me sitting there with this hot towel around my head, which wasn't so good. I felt a bit self-conscious.
I mean, it's the bit... Did you have a shave on it then?
No.
Oh, right.
No. I did quite close, as you can see.
It's close.
Yeah, but he put a hot towel around on my head and he nearly kissed it at one point. I thought he was going to do that.
It's this not speaking English thing that bothers me.
Is it?
Because, I never know what to ask for.
Well, it's easy for me.
I know, that's why you're an advantage. And then I start saying words even to like English guys and they look at me confused.
That's because you're asking for like...
And I'm just thinking, just understand what I want straight away so I can sit down and get out of this fucking situation.
That's because you're not asking for men's haircuts in the men's barbers. You're asking for women's haircuts
they go at the back,
in men's barbers.
Would you want it natural or square?
Well,
I don't know. I don't look at the back of my head. You're the hairdresser. Whatever you think fucking looks right, you cut it.
You're asking for women's haircuts in men's barbers. That's exactly why they don't understand. I said, can I have a zero? He said to me, do you want a balding zero or a normal one? I said, well, I want a bit of hair. He went, all right then, and that was it. Done.
Mate,
hot
so
towel,
jealous.
burnt ears. You know the old burny ears.
So you come out of a bright red head.
It was a bit embarrassing, I'm not going to lie. So I'm not going to go back. But there we go. Got any thanks, mate?
I have, mate. I got thanks to Little Nick, Right Stuff Reviews, Lee, Keith Noakes, WTM, Jamie Irwin, and Collateral Cinema.
Is that it?
That's it.
Is it?
Yeah, we lost a lot of people over this Twitter debacle and Christmas.
What's the Twitter debacle?
Well, old musky boys come in and gone, here, I own this now. My game, my ball, my rules. You pay me some money and I'll chuck you up front.
Right.
All of us lot are saying we ain't paying money. So all the people that we normally talk to and see us and we don't see them, they probably don't see us now.
Oh.
You just come up on your feed. Now, if you don't pay the $8 or whatever it is, mate, you got shit hope.
Oh.
Mug, isn't he?
Never mind. I'm sure everyone's still there. I'm sure it'll all sort itself out. It'll probably be all right.
Or people are losing interest. I mean, either way,
more than likely.
Works for us.
We'll have that conversation soon.
Yeah.
So I've got special thanks this week to Jill, Cassie, Jamie Russell, Glyn, Shaun Panda Nicolson, Emma at Movies, LJ Human, Ian McIntyre, Mr. Positivity, Ben and Paul from FilmBusters, Ryan, Karim Helliwell and Dave Horrocks. Thank you very much, everybody.
The crew's still there,
They are, yeah, for all of your interaction over Christmas and New Year. Yeah. Promo?
At Cinema Recall, we want to present to you the finest in film analysis.
Yeah, like action and gore and sex.
We will look at classics by Kubrick, Lynch, Godard, De Palma, and Coppola.
I don't know who the that is, but I'm looking at classic bodies of Christina Hendricks, Keanu Reeves, Salma Hayek, Ryan Reynolds.
We are a serious show for film lovers who enjoy indie foreign films, art house gems, and classic black and white features.
Well, I enjoy big budget blockbusters with great action and sexy people. Maybe our podcast can celebrate all aspects of films, like people who feel like your weird way and like people who feel like my weird way can like get together, man.
They can?
Yeah.
Huh. You know, I like that.
Cinema Recall is available everywhere you find great podcasts. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram under Cinema Recall Podcast and on Twitter at cinema_recall.
There we go. That's our friends. Cinema Recall done a best of 2022 episode, which is good. Good. If there is any best of 2022.
I was having a think back. Holidays, time off, weekends were quite good.
Films he's talking
about. Yeah, probably not. There might have been a couple in there. Ryan managed to top 10 this year, so they must have been better.
Well, I did see that Vern was saying that he wasn't that impressed with The Whale and stuff like that. So it's worth having a look at his Twitter feed at the moment because there's a little bit of stuff on there that's probably worth a chat about. So please listen to our friends, Cinema Recall. Go on then.
Welcome to the Mark reads some film lines in some similar voices, and Steve has to guess the film from the lines read to get points game. Hashtag what's that film? Good on the buttons tonight, aren't I? New year, new me and all that, eh?
I mean, I didn't say a lot there. Normally I sort of come in, but I'm losing a bit of skin here.
Oh, no, you are. I can see you're panicking.
Yeah, a bit of a worry. Yeah. Drying out. Dehydrating pretty quickly. I feel like I should put that, it's a movie reference for you, this hand in some mashed potato. Right? Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Or you should put the lotion on your skin.
So who got what and what was it?
It was Ratatouille.
I mean... Right, there's a lot of guesses.
Yeah, there's a
lot of guesses.
I don't think anyone's got it from knowing.
No, I think it might very well be that you were putting us off with the Rhodesian accents and stuff, the South Africans.
I'll be honest, mate, yeah.
Everyone's guessing.
Jill's got a 1. Well, hear me out then. So Jill's got a 1. Kareem's got a 4. Paul from FilmBusters got a 4. Emma got a 4. Dave H got a 0. Jamie Russell got a 0. Ben from FilmBusters got a 4. I'll vote anyone who scored gets a 5. Because if you got it from that, I'll listen back. I don't know where I was. I don't know what was going on.
Did you hear the South African Rhodesian?
It weren't good, was it?
No.
It weren't good.
No. It was all right for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was good. It was, I mean, it was a guess. There we go. So what have you got for us this week?
5 points then, mate. What's that film? You can watch me, mock me, try to block me, but you cannot stop me. Good line, that.
It's a good line, yeah. I don't know it though. 4
points in, mate. What's that film? When you live your life by poor standards, you inflict damage on everyone who crosses your path, especially those you love.
I don't know. That's a very generic thing. I don't really know.
Apparently one of the top 15 from the film, but there we go.
Right.
3 points. What's that film? Steve Madden.
Hey. That can't be that. What? Those first two.
Apparently,
surely.
They was in the top 15 of it.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right then.
2 points for everyone else. What's that film? I made 49 million, which really pissed me off because it was 3 shy off $1 million a week.
Nice. There we go.
And for 1 point, what's that film? How the fuck else are you supposed to do this job? Cocaine and hookers, my friend.
I mean, they're probably not the most known.
No, ones. I know, but perhaps I don't want to give people too easy.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. We've got a special guest one next week.
Right.
And he said, what films have you done? And I said, don't matter.
You don't know.
Yeah, that one as well. But so many films, so many lines. Who says we're not going to do them once or twice or thrice?
Do you not think that you should have written them down?
No. I mean, I started the stats thing. That was clusterfuck in itself. I don't need to add anything else to it.
Because I noticed on the Christmas ones that we sort of doubled up pretty quickly, didn't we?
Yeah, well, the problem is, mate, there's so many films around, but when I start doing one that people don't know, they start copying the ump. So I've got to give them the ones they want.
Oh, okay. So there we go. If you think you know what that is, please DM us with your guess and your score, please. Moving on.
Yeah.
This is... Okay, so we've got maybe I don't know actually. I haven't seen the locker list or anything.
1.
You've got 1.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I didn't delete that other file, isn't it?
Just do the Christmas ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do them. Just roll them out, MovieDrone style. Just do a Christmas one next week. It won't matter. If anyone's got any others that they want to send us, where do they send them, mate?
Via Twitter, which is @movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com, and you know you are.
I'll do one for you.
Yeah?
I'll do one for you. Yeah, don't worry about that. So someone did send a question.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
This is the next section. This is the section that we love to call Question Time.
Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time. Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time.
Here we go. So, pretty normal question for this time of the year. Who's it from? What's it about?
Hi, MovieDrone. Happy New Year, they say. In keeping with tradition, here's my New Year question. Wonder what this could be. What are your top 5 most anticipated movies for 2023? Jill.
There we go.
She's given us 5 as well.
She has, yeah.
Which I've tried to stay away from. There was a couple in there I wanted, but
I know which one you did want. Definitely, 100%.
There's two in there. There's two in there.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we going to just include Jill's when we
Yeah.
Go on then. What's the 5?
From Jill, Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones 5. That is number 5 as well. I've got to be honest, I'm looking forward to it. It's in my honourables because I like Indiana Jones. However, did not like the last one particularly. So
it's going to be like Stallone in Expendables, isn't it?
I hope not. But hopefully it's a bit better than that.
Right.
So, what about yours?
My number 5, mate, was technically should be taken off at the moment because I learned something about it tonight.
Right.
But I thought that looks fucking mental and I want to get involved. It's called Babylon.
Oh, what? Ready?
3 hours and 8 minutes long.
Yeah, it is. It's not got good reviews neither.
Watching that one at home.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Wait until that comes out on Sky.
I've got a couple on here that I'm not quite sure if they are 2023. They did come up,
right?
But I'm not sure when I'm thinking about it. But anyway, my number 5 is Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre, the Guy Ritchie film, Jason Statham. I have actually seen it's due out soon, I think.
Right.
Yeah, like this week or something, I think.
Blimey.
But it's I've seen the latest trailer. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be as good as The Gentleman now, but I've left it on my list.
Okay. Jill's number 4, mate. John Wick.
Right.
4. Okay. She's done this on purpose, hasn't she?
I've got that on my honourables.
Yep, so have I.
You probably had it. Yeah. Do you reckon it'll be any good?
Yeah.
You do?
I mean, not good. When you look at them, none of them are good. They're just great, aren't they?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. Have they left themselves enough to do that's enough different? Because like, we had the knife fight and obviously he was going around on a horse and all that on the other one. I'm just a bit concerned that they haven't left themselves.
We're building. It's going to be good.
Okay.
My number 4, mate, Oppenheimer.
I've got Oppenheimer.
Have you?
Yes, that is my next one. Yeah, I mean, it's not...
intriguing.
Yeah, you know what it's about and all that, don't you? So it just seems like a bit more, obviously, sort of biographical and stuff. Hopefully it's a little bit easier for me to understand.
Yeah, it sounds intriguing. Is that your number 4 as well?
Yep.
Number 3 for Jill then, mate, Wonka.
Okay.
Why? Timothy Chalamet, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's probably about right for that. I was thinking, I mean, obviously we see him in the film this week anyway, but I was thinking if they'd done like an Edward Scissorhands thing, he'd probably be able to do something like that.
Yeah, it's nothing against him.
He's like that sort of Johnny Depp of our
I think I'm tainted by the last go they had. Perhaps I need to watch a trial. I've not seen anything about it. I've just seen a picture of him looking like the Mad Hatter.
Right, okay.
Perhaps I need to do a bit more on that. My number 3, mate, The Whale.
Okay.
Intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether this is one of those overhyped films.
It depends who you are.
I'm trying not to build myself up too much.
Like I say, the Verne didn't particularly go for it, but I mean, I know loads of people who did. But are people getting on the Brendan Fraser wave? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because he's such a likeable person, apparently, that they want him to succeed. Let's just see if we can see past that. It's like you and your Don't Worry Darling, isn't it? That sort of effect. My number 3, these are the 2 that I don't know whether they're coming out this year, but they did come up on the list. If I've got it wrong, I've got enough honourables to make up for it. Beau is Afraid.
Oh, my number 1.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to that. Not probably because it's Ari Aster, more because it's Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. I had to do a bit of reading on it because I was like, what is this? But it was because it's always been called Disappointment Boulevard, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then, it's intriguing. It's going to be great. I can feel it, mate. No, you're fine, mate. I can pull Sunny House out the thing if you like.
Okay. What's Jill's?
Jill's number 2, mate. June 2. It's like she's done it on purpose, isn't it?
I mean, it's on my honourables.
Yeah, on my honourables too.
I'm looking forward to it. I think there's, if I understand, a little bit more sort of action and that in this one. Maybe a bit more war.
A bit more Florence Pugh as well.
Is there?
Always good, isn't it? Always good. My number 2, mate, Cocaine Bear.
I've got Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to it. It does sound like a blast.
Especially when you learn, I mean, they've exercised the rights of what actually happened, but it's based on a true story.
It is, yeah.
I mean, we're not getting a biopic.
No.
But they are going to stretch your imagination a bit.
I'm pretty sure they're going to show it taking more cocaine than was actually found in the original Cocaine Bear. I think he ended up with 4 or 5 grams of cocaine in his... They're
going to ramp it up slightly for
I would have thought so, yeah.
movie things.
Yeah, but let's see. So, okay, do you want to go?
No, I've done my number one, mate.
About Gill's?
Gill's Magic Mike.
That's the one I thought you was going to want to go and see.
Never seen any of them.
Have you not?
No. Are they any good?
I don't know.
Not seen them. No. You must have watched them while she's had it on.
I've seen them while they're on. I mean, they don't look good.
No.
But, I'm not the demographic I wouldn't have thought.
You don't?
My number one, this is again, I don't know whether it's coming out this year. It's Killers of the Flower Moon. Mm-hmm. Martin Scorsese directs Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong?
Got to be strong, isn't it?
Yeah, well, hopefully. Saying that, I mean, I haven't watched. Have you watched The Irishman again?
No,
nor have I.
No.
So, it's we'll see what happens on that one. Got any honourables?
Yeah, I got one which intrigued me, mate. Nick Cage in a western called The Old Way.
Right.
Megan.
Oh yeah.
Booked in for that one.
Have you?
Yeah.
Is that out, is it?
It comes out, I think it's the 14th, 13th of this month.
Mm.
Yeah, booked in. Just fancy that one. And there's a Loofah film coming out.
Oh God.
Loofah.
Okay. Did you see the trailer for Renfield with Nicolas Cage as Dracula?
No, I've tried to stay away from trailers as much as I can at the moment.
That looks quite weird.
Yeah.
So maybe that's going to go on my honourables. I only saw that tonight. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I've got Knock at the Cabin. M. Night Shyamalan.
He's not even 50-50 anymore, is he? That's what's worrying me with it.
Yeah.
He was like, one point he was like, well, he's 50-50. You're going to get a good one or a shit one. Balance has turned.
Yeah. I've got Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
Saw the trailer for that. Might have gone down a little bit. Asteroid City. Wes Anderson. And then you not put The Exorcist on there?
No.
Fancy that?
No.
Okay. All right.
I'll go and see it.
Right.
I don't want it to happen.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Gillian.
Yeah.
For
great question.
Great question.
Perfectly timed.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah.
Right. So, we saw a film?
We did, mate. We saw a film. It's currently 7 out of 10 on IMDb. 2 hours, 11 minutes long. Bills a drama, horror, romance. With a synopsis of Maren, a young woman, learns how to live on the margins of society. With a $16 million budget grossing $14.1 million.
This is directed by Luca Guadagnino, starring Taylor Russell, Timothy Chalamet, Michael Stuhlbarg, Andre Holland, Chloe Sevigny, David Gordon Green, Jessica Harper, Jake Horowitz and Mark Rylance.
This was 2022's Bones and All.
Clip.
Dad! You didn't. When the cops get here, you have to be good and gone. I can't help you anymore. I know it's not your fault. You were born this way. You ate them. I believed you had to. I don't know why.
I smelt you. I didn't know I could do that. I thought I was the only one. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Famous last words.
And you weren't ready then. Look, I was moving around and all that.
Shuffling.
Taking cushions and that out, moving all that skin. So, mate, we did see a film.
Yeah.
What did you think of 2022's Bones and All?
I'll do a prediction first. Yeah. You didn't like it. There we go. So I had absolutely no idea what this one was about, right? You said about doing it. I said, okay. I read the synopsis. Didn't give much away, did it?
No.
I went in blind. I got American Honey vibes off of the filming and the way it plodded. It didn't rush its way through, which I really liked. It did create a lot more questions than it answered, but I thought it was a beautiful movie.
Did you?
That I enjoyed a lot.
Okay. I mean, I've got written down here American Honey at some point in my notes.
Yeah.
I did also get the vibe of American Honey from the filming, especially some of the shots. I had a solid shock opening. That's my first thing. It was good, wasn't it? I enjoyed the opening.
When you don't know, did you know anything about it?
Yes, I'd heard the C word mentioned.
Okay.
So I knew that it had something to do with it, and I'd put 2 and 2 together with the title of the film and realised it did have something to do with it. But I don't think I expected it to be really what it was. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a love story.
Yeah.
completely just a love story, isn't it? Which I normally don't like, do I? There's just one aspect. It's weird. They've put one aspect in and it's completely changed it.
Me and Cass just looked at each other and was like, what the fuck? Because obviously, I remember you saying the C word when we was discussing films, but I hadn't linked it to anything. We just fucking looked at each other and was like, what the fuck?
It was good when they was laying under the table.
Yeah, it was amazing because up until then, didn't really know what was going on.
No. Yeah, I mean, I like that element of sort of intrigue, didn't it, with the father and obviously her sneaking out, but you just thought that she was a standard sort of teenager who wanted to go to a sleepover. Yeah. And it was pretty good. Good. I liked that bit.
I want to know your thoughts, though, mate, because it never really answered this for me about anything supernatural about them.
Supernatural?
Well, this is the week, because a couple of things in it they alluded they weren't, because they aged normally. The other dude was trying to join them, who was apparently absolutely fucking normal.
Right.
That one who was eating. Which would suggest to me they're just cannibals. Mm-hmm. But what I didn't get to grips with is why they didn't have the control and they had the thirst and required human meat.
Right. Do you think that this is a film that set out to explain all of these things?
No, but
because ultimately it is a love story.
But it almost had a supernatural film vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't tend to allude either way, and it just got me thinking.
Right.
Oh, because he was like, I can smell you. Now I don't know about you. If I started eating meat, like human meat,
right,
I don't know whether I could necessarily smell someone who. This is the bit, and I was trying to work out: is it supposed to be a bit supernaturally? Are they not? Are they just in society? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I
like the fact they didn't.
Yeah, I think that the questions for me were sort of like not more intriguing, but I think more sort of like negative, like how does she all of a sudden come across 2 or 3 of them when she sort of never knew? And I think that those are sort of negatives for me, where she obviously knew that she was different or whatever, but she'd never really met anyone like herself, and then she sort of goes, and then the first person she meets and then the second person she meets is the same. So I don't know, slightly negative, but I never sort of once sort of sat and thought, well, where'd they all come from? Where did it start?
I like the fact they didn't answer it. I like having some boxes that are not ticked. I'm not one that you have to tick everything off. So we get to the end and they go, right, you're complete. You know everything. Yeah. I like that thinking. I was just sitting there thinking, in my own head, are they supernatural? Yes, because of these elements. But no, they're not because of these elements.
I mean, I don't normally particularly like road trip love stories. I mean, American Honey was a little bit of a sort of more out there because I found it sort of more of a hangout movie. Yeah. So apart from the obvious, that this was one of them. Yeah. But I've got to be honest, I did like it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pleased, mate, because I got to the end and I went, he ain't gonna like that, and I think that's a shame. Because for me, it offered the American Honey, almost offered Lost Boys to me at points.
Right.
I got them sort of vibes and bits, which is, I think, why the question come across a supernatural element to me, because I think it was a scene in the fairground.
Right, okay.
I was like, ooh, lots of lights. I mean, beautiful atmosphere through the film.
It's probably like Twilight for you. That's probably what it was. I mean, it didn't drag, even though they're supposed to have travelled 3,000 miles. Yeah. I like the pacing, I thought was really good. Slow enough not to try and make it into a horror or an adventure film. Yeah. But it sort of hit that sweet spot of when it sort of like did slow down, they would move on, and then something new would come into their path. I did quite like that, and it was the pacing, I think, that reminded me of American Honey. Yeah, because I don't think American Honey I ever sit down and think, "Fuck me, this is 2.5 hours long." No. I don't think I ever have done. No. Any time that I've watched it, I thought it did skip along a bit quick at the start, probably a little bit to the negative. For obviously her leaving and her finding 2 people and then the smell thing, and I thought that sort of started to get away from itself, and then my favourite character came into it, which was Mark Rylance, and I think
Sully.
I think that literally did cause a lot more tension and slowed the pace down so that it didn't get ahead of itself too much, and I think that's when it started to sort of like really hit home at the pacing side of it for me.
Getting on to him, for me, if a film's got Mark Rylance in it, he either really believes in the project or he owes someone a favour, or he's doing someone a favour.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I couldn't quite work out where he sat with this one, but I thought he and the leads were fucking fantastic. Taylor Russell reminded me of Sacha Lane.
Right,
I think that's why I got the American Honey vibes, as well as the filming of it.
Yeah, I liked the character. I think the character was strong enough when it needed to be, but obviously also vulnerable at the same time.
Especially with Sully lurking.
Yeah, and I thought that the character was written really well, and I suppose when you've got a really well written character, you need someone that can actually play it, and that's why I loved Sacha Lane in American Honey. We keep mentioning that, but yeah, I got the same sort of vibes as this. Yeah.
I don't know whether it's one of them things where if you get Mark Rylance on, you're in a scene with him, he's going to get the best out of you. Perhaps he got the best out of.
I mean, I loved that first scene when obviously they had the body upstairs, and the thing is, they didn't sort of like dwell on the fact that they had this old woman, I think it was, wasn't it, just laying upstairs near to death.
It's totally normal,
they didn't go to her, did they? No. And you obviously got the vibes that it wasn't his house and stuff. And then all of a sudden you get to a point where they've both fed and he's in his wife fronts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's like going around with all blood down himself. And it really didn't shy away from... It didn't show you too much graphic side of it. You did see that the makeup was very good.
Yeah.
You did see them actually feeding, and you could see the skin being pulled and that. So it did show you that. It did get fairly graphic for very small amounts of time. But the thing I like is they never really cleaned themselves up.
No.
That's where the gore come from, the fact that they still had all blood down themselves for quite a long time, especially the men, so Sully and Timothy Chalamet's character. They tended to eat and then just drive around with claret all over them.
Yeah.
I think that's where the sort of shock bit came, because it was more psychological in the head sort of thing.
And I think they put enough little bits in there, Easter eggs for later, like with the hair and bits like that, when it all come back into play, that you kind of thought, what's this going in? But they weren't just in there for the sake of being in there. They did pay off.
Yeah.
It was a weird one, though, seeing them. I mean, talking about bones and all, how much can these fuckers eat?
Well, I don't know. They didn't have to eat much, though, did they? I mean, they could sort of put it thingy. I was actually a bit gutted that they alluded to this bones and all, but we never saw anyone doing the bones and all.
No.
I wanted to hear someone crunch the bones. You know what I mean? I thought that might have been quite good, but we never really got that, did we?
No.
But yeah, I did spend a lot of the time thinking, actually, I wonder if we're going to see them strip someone down. But no, I didn't really do that. I
mean, I'll be honest as well. If I was eating someone, I don't think I'd start at the nipple.
No?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. Just
chewy?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, that's mainly skin, isn't it, in a man? You're gonna want some meat, and you.
Well, you know,
maybe the thigh or somewhere.
Would you start down the bottom? Would you
start on the leg?
Start down the bottom and work up.
I ain't gonna eat it all, am I? I ain't gonna eat it all. I'm gonna go. I'm just reading the Andy story at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Nando from it was turned into the film Alive. They're just getting onto the bit where they're sorting out what they're gonna eat.
Lovely.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I'd start at the nipple.
Sure, you wouldn't. One part I did like was the idea of the Walkman and her dad narrating her backstory.
Yeah.
I thought that just enabled it to fit into the story during the quiet part. So when we had a necessity to see her travelling somewhere, then we fitted that part in and we had that narration going.
I think it aged it nicely as well.
Yeah. I just thought that actually, rather than sort of like going back and having flashbacks and stuff like that, I thought that was a good way to explain the story and fill those quieter times that were sort of necessary. We needed to know that she was going on a journey and venturing for a certain amount of miles. I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. Apparently based on a book.
Is it?
Yeah. I think I'm going to read it.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently based on a book, so I'll be interested to find out. I don't know whether there's a series of them. I don't know whether this is going to be like the Marin character is going to go, because she obviously done one at the end.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's going to carry on with it, whether it's been popular enough to necessitate, whether it's even got a following enough to necessitate a series of films.
No, so I mean, let's go to. I mean, I wouldn't read the books anyway, you know. So let's go to the leads. I thought, as we said, she was pretty good for the part. Character was fairly basic, product of her environment.
Yeah.
Strong yet vulnerable, eager to learn what she was and take part in the feeding, but desperate for a normal life.
Yeah.
That's basically what I got from her.
Yeah.
Mark Rylance, terrific actor. I was a bit gutted. There was a massive gap with him not in it. thought that it had a bit of impact when
I
he
thought
came
he
back.
was done.
Yeah, did you?
Which was when he turned up again in the van. I was like, yeah, and it needed it.
Yeah,
I think it had got to that point. It was meandering a little bit.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, boom, he's back in.
I mean, I got written here, the look of him made me feel a bit sick, though. I imagine that's what Marc's ponytail will look like in a few months. That's what I got written there. Just something that I write.
Thanks, mate.
I mean, you can see why Timothée Chalamet fans were walking out.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was one of these where I think it might have been a bit like the Harry Styles bit, where he was obviously a bit ranking. Don't worry, darling. Probably not what they expected.
No.
I wouldn't have thought, was it?
This is a shit I want to see him do, though.
Oh, yeah, no, he's good. Yeah, he was good. Yeah, I think he was good. There's just something, I don't know, there's just something about it. I'm just hoping that he doesn't fuck it up, you know what I mean? Because he has started to sort of do these more influential films, heavyweight films, you know, and I think that he has got a good career ahead of him.
Yeah.
So hopefully he will carry on. The scenery, we was talking about it. These are the sorts of films that make me want to go to America. Yeah. They always do.
Yeah.
And
drive around in a pickup.
Yeah, I mean the open plains with the big clouds in the background where you can see it, but it's not going to get to you because you're so fucking far away. But it's so massive.
At the discussion, I asked her to check the lottery because I was like, if we win the lottery, I want to go somewhere in America and just drive around for 6 months. I'll stay where I'll stay, grubby motels and stuff like that. Just driving in a truck.
Yeah,
be amazing.
I mean, it would be, but yeah, there's a lot of bad weather over there at the moment. You probably want to leave it a bit more. They've got flooding and that in California.
Stay down south, mate, with the mozzies.
Yeah, what New Orleans and that? Yeah, they don't have bad weather, do they? So so the score, the soundtrack.
This is great. One thing that I really, really enjoyed, the fact that almost some of the characters seem to have their own soundtrack.
Right, okay.
And if you notice with the score, when you had Sully, he seemed to almost have his own theme compared to when Lee was on screen.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Right.
It's annoying me, and I really don't want to get into all this fucking vinyl shit because I'll get by enough crap, but I'd love that on a nice hi-fi thing and just sit there. Yeah. Just need to stop thinking about it.
And there, I thought there was a decent amount of different characters that they interacted with. From you got the married gay man to the sister to the two dungaree wearing cannibals. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I think they met enough people. Wasn't overindulging with a lot of different people, but there was just about enough, and they were all interesting.
Yeah, her name escapes me. The one who played the sister. I just remember reading a funny thing about her where the director had messaged her and said, does she want to be in the film? And she said, yeah, I'll fly wherever, even if it's for one line. And that's what she got.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. But, I've just thought that it was all right. I thought that the makeup was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't for once look at it and think that they weren't actually eating someone. No. I've never seen it really in real life, someone being eaten. So I wouldn't know if that's what it was like and whether it is that easy to... Because you've only got your normal teeth, haven't you? I can't imagine.
Looking at the skin on your hand, I reckon I could get through that in a minute.
Well, I can't imagine it's that easy to take a chunk out of something.
Well, this is what I was thinking. Supernatural, not supernatural. They've got their special teeth or...
I don't know, mate. I don't know. It didn't really allude to it in my mind, I don't think. And I thought the ending was pretty horrific. Yeah. That did sort of... I mean, the whole Sully thing when he came back, the old bag over the head, the old stabbing bits and all that.
I liked it.
Oh, I liked it.
Before that, for me, I know you've referenced it, it started getting a little bit Twilight. Right. Like the happy ending and that. There was loads of tonal shifts in this film, but that was one I just didn't... Yeah, it's nicer all together, la-di-da-di-da.
Did you ever think there would be a happy ending to this story?
I didn't really know. I didn't really know where we was heading. But, I mean, they sorted it out very nicely. Let's be honest, that was lovely.
Do we know what happened at the end? Do we know what happened at the end?
She just cleaned up and she was gone.
Was she?
Yeah.
There was they were both at the end, though, weren't they? They were both there at the end.
No.
Weren't they?
Oh, no.
Sitting in the field.
I think that was one of her flashback memories.
Was it?
Yeah, that's what Cass said. She was like, they're both there. But she ate him alive.
Did she? We didn't see her eat all of him and that, though, did she?
Well, there's bones and all, I'd imagine, mate. But yeah, she was... He died. They couldn't even wait for him to die.
Do you reckon she had bits of him like biltong that she took with her? Just cut him up and just put things in the back. Just picked it up and just had a little munch as she went around. But yeah, I thought that was quite horrific with the old bag over the head.
Yeah.
There's never normally good ways, is it? A lot of claret and that. But
can I say something that might sound a bit snobby and controversial, and you can tell me to shut up? Do you think to get the most out of this film, you need to have a love and appreciation of film and filmmaking? The final product is stunning and beautiful, but would you think it'd be a bit dull and a bit slow if you couldn't, just for the casual film viewer, would you say to someone who watches 4 or 5 films a year, you got to watch this one? Because for me, half of the film was just looking how stunning the shots were and how stunning everything was around it. It did a lot of building. And for a casual film viewer who's just going to sit down and watch a film, do you think it offers enough?
I don't think it was ever sort of given out for casual film viewers. No. It's not got massive releases and stuff, and I can't see it sort of has been promoted for that sort of thing.
Shame, isn't it?
The crux of it, though, is just a love story, which is why I shouldn't like it.
Yeah.
It's weird how adding that one element has completely changed it for me.
It's difficult, wouldn't it, to make a cannibal film, like a romance film with cannibals in it.
Would you know that the Vern has said that he didn't like this one?
Really?
Yeah. The Vern has said that if you want to watch a horror film by Luca Guadagnino, should watch Suspiria.
Okay.
Which I haven't actually watched the new Suspiria. I've got to be honest. It's one that I really do need to see.
It's one that I really, really want to watch.
Yeah, so I haven't seen that. And he also said that if you want to watch a cannibal film that's like a love story or whatever, you should watch Raw. So he said that either of those two would be better options than watching this one.
Interesting.
Yeah. So maybe we should watch those. But you know, I liked it. I shouldn't have liked it because it is a love story. But it's just something about it, you know. I think I was in the mood. Watched it with Gill, and quite enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm wondering if I'm going tight on this one then, because I didn't go massive,
right?
But I went solid,
right?
I did. Just something weren't quite there.
Right.
But I loved it. I got 78 on it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Right, mate. I've got 81.
Right. Okay.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really liked it.
Lovely vibe.
It was. I mean, not a very nice film.
No.
You know what I mean? There was a bit of death and that in it, and it wasn't great in places. But there we go. It was beautiful. Yeah. So have you watched anything else, mate?
Yes, mate. I don't know. I've told you the story. I don't know if everyone else. I got into a lot of trouble because we decided to do Violent Night. Officially, the first film of the year is The Holiday. Got in trouble for it. Couldn't go and see The Menu.
Right.
Really disappointed about that. It was back in the cinema, so we went and saw The Menu. Then got Disney Plus a day after, and it's on Disney Plus.
Is it?
Yeah.
What now?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't realise. I was waiting to watch it.
Nor did we. I would have just watched it on Disney Plus.
It's on there, is it?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. So don't go to the cinema and watch it, mate.
God, don't tell Jill this because, like I say, we've been watching a load of old shit this week.
Right.
And I didn't realise it was on there.
It went on there today, mate.
Oh, did it? Hey, good.
A bit of coincidence. Yeah, it's good.
Is it?
It was one of them. I think she said it's better than she thinks it is because she gave me so much shit over it.
Right,
you know, like you're saying,
yeah.
Don't worry, darling.
That's what I was.
Yeah. I watched a film called Worth.
Right.
You seen that one?
No. I don't think so.
Michael Keaton. About Stanley Tucci about 9/11 and how they put a value on people's lives.
Ooh, I don't know. I think it might have been one that I picked up but didn't bother watching.
Oh, I'm not going to say too much about that one then, mate. I watched Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Right.
Hilarious. He was great. Karate Kid 2. Just finished reading Waxing On, Waxing Off by Daniel Son.
Right.
He's an autobiography. It happened to be on TV. So I've got to watch some of the scenes he was talking about. It was great. A film called I Used to Be Famous.
Right.
I was going to give it to you for homework, but I don't think there's enough about it.
It's not that one where some bloke gets some young kid to do the drumming or something.
I started watching. Yeah, it's not that great, is it?
Shit.
It gets like 6.7 on IMDb.
Jamie someone. Yeah, shit.
It weren't that great, was it?
No, shit.
I was quite disappointed by the time. I watched a film last night called Midnight in the Switchgrass.
All right.
You seen that one?
It's a good title.
Yeah, it's got, I'll keep calling her Jennifer, Megan Fox.
Oh.
One of Bruce Willis's ones as well, one of his later ones. And Emil Hirsch.
All right.
Not seen that one?
No.
Oh, I might hang on to that one then.
Fine.
I enjoyed it a lot more than IMDb alluded that I was going to.
All right, okay. I've seen Born Legacy, the Jeremy Renner one. Get well soon, Jeremy Renner. I saw him up in bed. He was sort of awake and that, but
6 ton that thing.
Was it
6 ton?
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
big old
fair
bastard.
play,
But
mate.
yeah, get well soon. I watched Downton Abbey, the new era.
Yeah,
watched that again.
Okay,
it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Don't mind a bit of Downton Abbey. I think I'd fit in well
in the servants' quarters.
Probably. Bowling for Columbine.
Yeah.
Watched again.
Okay.
And I watched Touching the Void.
Okay.
You seen that one about the bloke who breaks his leg up the mountain? Fucking mad that is, how he got down out of there, yeah. I was putting myself in a situation where he was having to go over down this crevasse with like the only rope he had, not knowing whether it would reach the bottom and all that, and he wouldn't be able to pull himself up. Imagine that, you just got down there and you couldn't go anywhere and you just hung and died.
That'd be minging.
Great, wasn't it? Great.
Saying of documentaries, did watch that John McAfee, is it?
Right.
Documentary, you know, the antivirus dude.
Oh, right.
On the run with him.
He's off his head, isn't he?
Fucking mate, watch it. He is nutbags.
Is he?
Yeah, it was mental.
Okay. And that's me this week.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah.
This is the next section. This is the section that we have to call
Homework.
There we go. So this is the section where we give each other films that we love and the other one hasn't seen in the hope of uncovering hidden gems. What did you give me this week?
Gave you a film, mate. It's currently 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. It's rated an R, 1 hour 53 minutes long. Bills a crime drama thriller with a synopsis of a retired sheriff and his wife, grieving over the death of their son, set out to find their only grandson. Starring Kevin Costner, Diane Lane, Kaylee Carter. $21 million budget, grossing 11. 2020s. Let him go.
What the fuck is a neo-western? That's what it's set as. What's a neo-western?
No.
Huh?
Modernish.
Yeah. This had Hallmark Late Night written all over it.
The poster did, didn't
Typical plot for a Hallmark film with 2 or 3 hardcore scenes. And overall, they were missed opportunities, I think, with certain characters. But I don't mind Kevin Costner. I don't know. It's almost like his agent is saying that he won't do anything other than brooding quiet cowboy. So not to ring unless that's what you have.
Right.
So like there's someone, you got the phone call and he did this. Story was okay. I thought the opening was quite subdued considering their son had died. It was a bit rushed, wasn't it? Did you not think? Like, it was like saw the horse come in. It was very much like an advert for a new Gucci perfume. Like, someone's sitting there and then like this like, riderless horse comes past and then the kid drops his ice cream on the floor. It reminded me of a perfume advert. I just thought that was a little bit subdued. I don't know enough about Diane Lane. She's fairly solid.
Yeah.
Well, anything else that we should watch with her?
I have
in it?
seen a few things with her in recently, but I can't actually think of them off the top of my head.
So like me, then you can't be bothered to look at anymore. Didn't give you that vibe to look for more.
No, she's like a few of them where they sort of are around, but you don't really pay a lot of attention. I'm sure she's got some big fans out there.
Yeah, maybe. So this is a grown-up film.
Yeah,
it is. It's the sort of film that I imagine parents to watch. You know what I mean? Have we got to that stage where we are now those people?
I had my health check
watch
letter
this.
through this week, mate, saying now you've hit 40, you need to come to the doctors.
I never went for mine.
MOT. So yeah, we are at that age now.
You gonna go?
Yeah, I booked in next Thursday.
Have you?
Yeah. Literally, after all I've done for the last 2 weeks to live on cheese, I'm going to go and have a cholesterol test. It's going to be fucking brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, have a washout.
Yeah.
Colonoscopy or whatever, colon wash. I'm going to have one of them. So the stars in this, for me, are the Horrible Family.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit gutted. We never really got enough of them. I think if it had been more of them, I might have liked it a little bit more.
I weren't going to give you this until we got to the fact. It was just one we sat down and watched, and it wasn't until that
on
family
Hallmark or
no, it was on Netflix.
Right.
Just one of them ones. She was like, "Oh, this one will be all right," and I was watching it, and it was all right, and it weren't quite making homework. And then the family come in. I thought, actually, they're quite a decent family to talk about, and certain events that happened.
Yeah, I did like the family. And I actually liked their point of view. So they were saying that they were trying to protect their son's stepkid from being taken. So I like the way that they was sort of in the right.
Yeah.
The fact that they were arseholes and abusive is a completely different matter. But the fact that Diane Lane and Kevin Costner's characters were in the wrong for what they were trying to do.
Yeah. But I do get the impression if they turned up and he was looked after, they would have been happy and gone.
Oh, no, of course. I totally get it. But when you actually look at probably the lore of it, and you got to that point later on after a couple of events happened.
You're a Daniel was the bully in fucking Karate Kid, didn't you?
No, but I liked that had an element to it, and it wasn't just, look, these people are right. You had to sort of like look at both sides, and any normal person would look at Kevin Costner and Diane Lane as being in the right. Yeah. But, you know, in a small town in America or whatever, we're led to believe that sort of like the police can...
I did like the police bit.
Each other. Did you?
Yeah, where it was all clicky. Yeah, they thought they was going to be, and his weight of being an ex-sheriff held nothing.
Yeah, no, it's I like that, but I also don't like it, because if I ended up going anywhere like that, you would always have that in the back of your mind, wouldn't you? If you went to you talk about going to a small town in a different country, and you could easily end up in that sort of situation. The standout scene is clearly the hatchet one, which sort of did come out of nowhere. I thought it was a bit sort of bumbling for... I thought him being an ex-cop would have had more of a control over that situation when he had the gun and stuff. I thought that he did come across a bit of an idiot, but I don't think he deserved to have that. And it was the whole family sort of edging it on. It gave me like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type sort of thought, where they was all edging him on. I don't think that half the family members were that bad. They were really driven by the matriarch, weren't they? She was the real horrible one. But yeah, I mean, it actually looked quite good. And there was a moment of complete and utter silence when they did it. No one moved. You know, it was like that. What did they do? That stupid challenge where everyone just stayed still. Mannequin challenge everyone done. It was almost like everyone was doing that. As soon as it happened, it just stopped. No one moved. There was no noise. And I thought it added to the impact. I'd like to see that used in a lot more film. Yeah. I think that actually was quite impactful. And we have some other characters, Jimmy or whatever his name was, that come in and sort of like, it's not really nondescript. But I don't know. I mean, it comes to the heroic end, doesn't it? It's like Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard, but just nowhere near as good. I don't know. It was a Hallmark film, I think, it stood out with these sort of like hardcore scenes, the hatchet scene and sort of like the end scene. I don't know why it exists. I don't know.
I picked up from it was like the family. So going back to your bit, where he wasn't quite the heroic, amazing lawman that he could have been, and actually he was he was heroic, but he wasn't necessarily very good, was he?
Well, no.
And I like that aspect. They made him human.
He was just, the thing is, his wife ultimately killed him. Yeah. Because he didn't want to do it. No. And like, she was obviously pressuring him to do it, and she ended up, I mean, basically killing him by getting him involved. So yeah, it was, you know, I don't really know what else to say for it. It seems like a lot of money, 25 million. Yeah. Like, it was never going to break even.
I got 21.
Have you?
Yeah, still a lot of money.
I saw 25 on there, but surprisingly high score on IMDb. So I think you know, it's got an audience. Yeah. It's fairly middle of the road. I can see that people like People's Parents would sit and watch it and be totally shocked by the hatchet scene and sort of like the end scene. Whereas for me, it needed that to even be anywhere near interesting. Yeah. So listen, I got 43 on it. It's not great. It's not great. I do like my grown-up films to have more hatchet type scenes, but I can see the audience. There is one for it. It's just not quite floating my boat. But there we go.
What you giving me then, pal?
I'm giving you a 2022 film directed by Martin McDonagh, starring Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson, Kerry Donan and Barry Keoghan. Running time of 114 minutes, box office of 19.8 million, don't have a budget, 7.9 on IMDb, 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, with a synopsis of two lifelong friends find themselves at an impasse when one abruptly ends their relationship, with alarming consequences for both of them. I had to do it, didn't I? I gave you 2022's The Banshees of Inisherin.
This is why I stopped doing the stats, mate. You're playing for the high scores now, aren't you? Playing the game.
No, not at all, because you did not like The Guard, did you? No. You hated it. I don't think it... Martin McDonagh is his brother, I think. Oh. So I got Jill's mum and dad Calvary for Christmas. I bought it for them on their Sky buy and keep because they hadn't seen it. They loved The Guard and they thought the Cavalry was brilliant. And you liked Calvary. I loved it. But you didn't like The Guard.
So Cavalry, as you like to sometimes call it.
But there you go. So is it? I mean, it could go either way. I watched it I thought it was terrific.
Yeah.
So let's see what you think.
Excited, mate. I'm excited for next week already.
Okay. What are we doing for the main next week?
Pearl. I'm excited for next week already.
Yeah, so it's obviously that time of the year where we can sort of like get hold of films a little bit earlier and stuff like that. So, we managed to get hold of a copy of Pearl.
Yay.
So we're going to watch that.
Yeah.
Are you excited, are you?
Pearl,
I'm not.
In a week, I'm going to watch Pearl and this Banshees film. I mean, that's a big week for me.
I mean, it's fairly good, yeah.
I loved X, though. I don't think you was quite as...
I did
I'm
not.
excited for Maxine as well, but let's get Pearl done first.
Yeah. I'm a little bit... It's weird for me to try and... Because I've seen the trailer for Pearl, and it's weird for me to watch her as Pearl after she played completely different character in X.
Maxine.
Yeah, Maxine, yeah. It seemed a bit weird.
Well, she also played Pearl in it, didn't
I know
she?
she did, yeah, but obviously she
I've read
looks
so
like
much
Maxine.
about it. This is one where I broke my rules a little bit. I've read all about how, and is it Ty West?
Mm-hmm.
How they actually did it all together and how it came about. I'm excited. I can't help it. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, so Pearl next week.
Yeah.
Mate, do you want to reiterate how people can get us on social media?
Please get hold of us via Twitter, which is @movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com.
And please do, if make that Twitter algorithm work a bit better.
Yeah, come on, Muskie boy, sort it out. Perhaps I'll put him on the thanks next week.
God, here we go. So, mate, I'm pretty much done, yeah?
Yeah.
So hopefully everyone's had a decent start to their new year. I haven't. I've hurt my back as well, and obviously done my hand, so I've not started well. So
I've been all right, but I'm going to be down next week. I warn you all, I'm going to need these films to lift me up.
Okay. Well, let's hope they're good then. Do you want to say goodbye then, Mark?
Goodbye then, Mark.
See you later, everybody.
ya.
Have a good
Bye.
week. Bye.
Kept it on the down low, mate. I ain't told many people. I got some surgery last week. I was sitting there on the bed. The anaesthetist come in. We was having a chat, and I said to him, "Don't suppose there's any chance of me administering my own anaesthetic, is there?" He went, "Go ahead, knock yourself out."
Fucking idiot. Did you see Gill got your gift last week? I forgot to say. Thanks very much. It's an air freshener.
Ooh.
Maybe you can use it to take the pungent smell out of here.
Because I won't put it in the car. It won't be that strong.
No. So
well, thanks, Gill.
Thanks, Gill.
That's got trainers on it and everything. That makes sense?